Frankie and Tommy here. Previous episode highlights start with hockey chaos, long guy betrayal, and Keith fighting AI slop barehanded.
Heads up, ears up. Guys, 69 years ago, a guy up the road here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Billy Mosey-Ankle Jr., scored 3 goals. Yeah, 3 goals in 57 seconds. Well, that record was broken this weekend. Jimmy, if you're on the clip, let's run it. Mitch Marner scoring 3 goals.
3 goals before your coffee cools? That is not hockey. That is panic scrolling with blades.
That's crazy because I'm here in Winnipeg where Billy's from, and for the longest time, there's a bowling alley down here. For the longest time, I was like, yeah, there's the guy that scored 3 goals in 57 seconds, Billy Mosey-Ankle Jr. No, just Billy Mosey-Ankle. And this weekend, record broken. Yeah, Mitch Marner, 39 seconds, 3 goals, 39 seconds.
39 seconds for 3 goals? Most dads take longer finding the remote they're sitting on.
Mitch Marner breaking Billy Mosey-Ankle's record. Can you guys believe it? I think it was one of those records we never thought was going to fall. Sure enough, done. Bingo. Zoom, zoom. Bingo. See you later, alligator. No, I know I was saying to you on Friday I wasn't going to hire somebody, but I found... Stop!
I was going to say, that fucking lasted all 3 days.
Keith said no help, then hired help faster than a dad says, I'll just look around at Costco.
No, this is my time. I go out and I mow the lawn and I this and I that. Make this big fucking story, and then you get all bent out of shape because you hired fucking labor. What sense does that make?
Well, just hold
Who's gonna fucking believe you moving forward? You crapped up one of these fucking wonderful stories about needing to go do something outside.
I knew you were going to come at me.
I mean, listen.
No, listen,
3 weeks,
listen.
3
I was
weeks,
going to
3
work
months,
with the young man. I figured I'd still cut some grass and he could do some help with me, and I could have like somebody assisting me. Well, the guy didn't show up. Just didn't show. It just completely ghosted me.
Getting ghosted by a lawn guy is personal. Now the yard is judging you in public.
Johnny, science suggests that your life might actually flash before your eyes. So if you had 7 minutes of your life flashing...
7 minutes of my life flashing would mostly be passwords, bad haircuts, and me reopening the fridge like evidence changed.
What kind of moments do you think would be showing up? I was giving some thought to this myself. Some of it I probably can't share on the air, but... You know, what are some highlights? Like, what would be 7 minutes that you know for sure would be showing up? The doomsday fish is a nickname for the...
A doomsday fish is why I don't trust oceans. Too much water, not enough customer service.
A rare elongated deep-sea fish often linked to folklore for impending natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis.
Yeah, like what I heard was that, because the first time I heard of it was, because I was at fucking ground zero.
Yeah.
Was 2000, I think it was 11.
Yeah.
When that Sendai got wiped out from the earthquake that created the tsunami. That a bunch of those fuckers were coming up at that point.
If nightmare noodles leave the basement of the ocean, I'm not being brave. I'm checking batteries and vibes.
Yes. So scientifically, no proven causal link. Experts say beachings are far more likely due to the fish's vulnerability or ocean conditions, and any correlation with disasters is coincidental or folkloric.
But here's the question.
Yeah.
If you felt good,
I felt great.
It's the time to go all out.
That is the dangerous male sentence before a pulled hamstring and 3 days walking like furniture.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you, brother. I'm talking exactly. You know, but here's the thing. I think often we don't go. So this morning, I did what I wasn't supposed to do. But I walked.
Hold on. Why weren't you supposed to?
Because I told myself I was going to recover today.
But why were you going to recover today? You need to recover.
No,
you don't just tell yourself you're going to recover if you're recovered.
No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I think I'm trying to adopt more of a recovery mindset. Right.
Recovery your mindset sounds like buying knee sleeves and immediately acting like your joints have a management team.
So trying to maybe lean more into what you've been kind of talking more about, which is not always trying to go hard all the time, not trying to find more of a balance. Right? I don't know if that's making any sense to you, but I
guess I just want to make sure that the idea is not misconstrued.
Sure.
So the idea is to identify, like when you said, I'm gonna, when you have to recover, if you've got the signal, it's time to recover. Like, oh, it's starting to rain, I'm gonna get an umbrella.
Yes.
It's fucking sunny out. Don't just fucking walk around with a goddamn umbrella. Just because you're in the mindset of it's going to rain.
John just made recovery advice so clear, even the guy stretching in jeans understood it.
I'm not going to go hard tomorrow just because that's just like in fucking the Backstreet Boys because everybody else does.
Backstreet Boys catching strays during recovery talk is why this show needs adult supervision and better insurance.
Yeah. No, you know what? You called it. That's exactly, you fucking nailed it right there. Think about it. More options, more drafts, more images, the ability to create more content faster than ever before, more ideas, more everything. So what does it mean? Well, more is not the same as better.
This hits. Everybody has 14 browser tabs, 6 drafts, and 0 finished things, calling it productivity.
Is more, nation? More is just more. That's it. And once everybody has access to the same tools, the advantage is actually no longer the tool, it's your taste. So I pride myself in the content that we are making here in the lab. I do not consider it AI slop. And I know that people that engage with us and enjoy our content would agree, not slop. The taste is knowing what is good. Taste is knowing what is garbage, what sounds fake, and knowing when something has weight or what to cut. And that's the danger though, because AI can make mediocre ideas look actually polished. And that polished mediocrity is going to flood the internet, and it already is. Beautiful nonsense everywhere.
Beautiful nonsense is a resume with great spacing and absolutely nothing worth hiring.
Professional looking garbage all over the place. Professionally formatted thoughts for people who have actually never done anything. But yet they're just like, oh, I'm gonna make this great post and put it out there. Yeah, true story. That's not intelligence. You know what that is, Polaroid? That's just a decoration. And if you don't have taste, like I think too many of us humans, you're not gonna know the difference. Think about that. You'll think that the clean version of what you made is just the good version. You'll think the polished version is the true version. Yeah. But what you're actually doing, you're just creating more, faster slop. Output. Taste is what separates the operator from just the button pusher. Sorry, Jimmy. And this is where I think a lot of people are going to get exposed.
That is the warning shot. Watch the previous episode for more highlights like this. Full show is up next.
The scariest words in any marriage are not, we need to talk. They are, it's fine, because fine usually means the dishwasher, the socks, the breathing too loud, and 10 years of resentment just kicked the front door off the hinges. Today is No Safe Words with Brianna. She's bringing the fire. Only on The Big Show.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. We got Jimmy on the buttons, we got Kai on the buttons, and of course, we got our very own producer, Neiman, out there making sure the words sound as good as I look this morning. We got Dwayne and Rico doing the fucking arm wrestle for who's going to own the baby boomer token. He is toothless and proud. His name, Matt Roof. Talk, John's the bullshit professor. Kai's the shit professor. Brianna, you're always teaching me, man, every single Tuesday. Nation, you will not find this kind of knowledge anywhere on the planet to start your day other than Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Let's get after it. Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the big show. It is Tuesday, June 9th, and we are live, baby. Day 160 of the year. And have you been hitting that snooze button, baby? Hey, I see you, Lopez, in the comments. No, I'm not AI. I am real. I'm the real deal. My name's the Handsome Chief. My name's Keith Billis. We get up, we get after it live right here at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right after Matty Roof gets after it at 7:30, right here on the big network we call Mornings.live, Mornings.network. What is shaking? Dwayne Whitaker. Hey, coming up on the show today, Cheryl Whitaker will be hanging out with us. Brianna Bass. Yes, why couples who fight about nothing are actually fighting about everything. Yeah, we're having a conversation about fighting today. How to fight with your partner, whether you should fight enough, not should, whether you're fighting enough, whether you should be fighting more. Maybe we're going to learn how to fight. Yes, we're having that conversation with our very own Brianna Bass coming up. Good morning, Sam Wilmontaine. Where are you joining me from this morning, Sam? I see you in the comments. Welcome to the big show that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Your show for the generation that we call next. We are the before and the after generation that is helping you guys get up and get after it. Hey, guys, what is shaking? What is shaking today? Hey, big day, big day. Heads up before we start. This show is for adults. Well, or kids disguised, or the man-child disguised as the adult. Yes, we do swear. Yes, we are going to go places that the polite morning television will not go. If you want polite morning television, go turn on the TV. And if you are at school right now with the kids in the back seat, plug in the headphones or say, hey, kids, welcome to the show they call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. And if you're in the office, I invite you to close the door. And if you are at home with the wife sleeping or somebody sleeping, open up the door and scream, good morning. Welcome to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab. Hey, today, Brianna Bass is joining us. Like I said, we're going to get into, we're going to set the rating on fighting. Yes, and good morning from Sullivan, 5 a.m. over there Pacific. I got a good committed segment for today. Could you imagine balancing on one finger? I got somebody who did it. And hey, one of my favorite bands on the planet, Metallica. I got a wonderful epic spot on the screen here today. And hey, you guys ever been in the gym and saw somebody bending over and his name was not Jimmy? Yeah, well, hey, I got something to show you guys here today, which is going to kind of blow you out of the water. Speaking of the water, Tom Brady has got a nut. Well, I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, we're going to talk to Tom Brady as well. And Tim Cook, yes, his last keynote speech was yesterday. What's the message for us dudes growing up right now? Yes, I said us dudes growing up. And of course, we also talk finance. We talk Bitcoin. Well, Keith and Johnny were getting into the Michael Saylor situation yesterday. He bought a bunch back. Yes, he did. So we're going to have that conversation today as well. And then today, coming up on the Morning Focus, listen, I said yesterday that people with taste are going to have a very good decade. Yeah, taste in your work, taste in your gym. You know, hey, Jimmy, I was reading something online here today, and I swear somebody went and ripped off my Morning Focus yesterday. I was like, oh, that's what I said. I was like, oh, maybe that's the greatest compliment out there when somebody's mimicking what you're trying to do here every single morning. So today's show, the Morning Focus, we are going to get into, this show. Yeah, what we're doing here in the morning. My goal is not to entertain you. Oh, no, my goal is to punch you in the gut, get your ass out of bed, help you reach some audacious goals, and along the way, maybe entertain you. Yes, and I got a great monologue I'm excited to put on the table today. And hey, guys, what makes you curious? What makes you curious? Myself, John Anderson, Cheryl Raphael Whitaker, and maybe we'll ask Dwayne questions in the comments. What makes you curious? You know, I had a wonderful business meeting yesterday with a fellow, and he said, so Keith, what makes you tick? I said, curiosity. He stepped back, he says, interesting. He says, I don't think the world has enough curious people. I said, remarkably enough, I agree. And yet I think that we disguise ourselves as curious, but then when you sit down with somebody and you start having a good, intimate conversation, and I don't mean like intimate, like having sex, but just a good, intentional, like the kind of chats Keith and Johnny have, I'd like to think. You can really get a sense how curious somebody is by the way they respond, the way the questions are asking, and where their point of view is on everything, right? And the other thing I want to throw on the table is, again, came out of a conversation yesterday I had. You know what really makes me curious? I'm going to tease it. I'm going to drop it. Bottom of the hour, myself, John Anderson, and of course, our very own Cheryl Raphael Whitaker. It starts with joy. She gets after it every single day. Every Wednesday, right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Hey, happy birthday to my boo. Happy birthday, Brookie Bear. Brookie's 10 today. Yeah, she's double digits. Fuck, man, double digits. I said to her yesterday, I said, man, once you hit double digits the rest of your life, those digits go up, more responsibility. As the digits go up, you get more responsibility. And the funny thing is, to all my boomer and ex-friends out there, our responsibilities still seem to end. Carter's going to the auto shop today. Yeah, Dad's going to get a bill. Yeah, Dad's taking the kids for dinner today for the birthday. Yeah, Dad's got a bill. The parents are aging. Yeah, Dad's got a bill. Yeah, it just never ends. So, good morning and happy birthday to my very own Brookie. All right, guys. Jimmy, I see you over there, pal. We're going to try some new things today. Jimmy's on the buttons. I might try to press some buttons as well, but I think Jimmy's going to kick this thing off on a little segment on a show that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends, and a segment that we call The Morning Loop. Starts right.
Sterling, come here. Try this salad. It's breakfast, it's clean, and I'm proud of myself. Is that cucumber? After yesterday's show? Brother, that vegetable is not innocent anymore. Relax, this is a fresh cucumber. No drama, no incident report, no medical team. So one weird cucumber story hits the show, and now you're eating it at sunrise? Fascinating timing.
Nation, don't listen to him. I made a salad. That's it. Stop smiling like you know something.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying, that bowl needs a chaperone and a signed consent form.
The cucumber has boundaries, Sterling. So do I. Good morning, nation. Let's start the morning loop.
I don't even know whether I should touch that. To those of you that are new to the show, I introduce you to Sterling, Preston, Sophia, Maya, Frankie, and Tommy. Yes, they're part of the Mornings in the Lab cast. They're and apparently we were making salads on the rooftop of the MITL studio. That is just wonderful stuff. And to those of you that are curious to what we are doing here in the lab, I invite you to go check out mitl.studio, mitl.studio. There is not a show, there's not a studio like us out there on the planet making content like you are seeing here right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends, and our very own Sterling, Preston, Frankie, Tommy, Sophia Grant, and of course, Maya Reyes. All right, guys, hey, listen, what's going on in the world this week? Well, before Johnny gets here, I want to get into the trending topic. Guys, yesterday, this dude got on stage and was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, the funny thing is this guy's not actually done. He's just moving to a different title in the organization. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Tim Cook.
Cook just gave his last WWDC keynote. 14 years. That's not retirement, that's a handoff. Could you hand yours off tomorrow?
Most guys count. They'd rather micromanage a sinking ship than train a captain. Real flex. Build it to leave before curiosity dies.
So today we steal Cook's playbook. Stay curious, prep Turnus, exit clean. Nation, what are you gripping that costs you sleep?
So he says yesterday, over the years, we've helped people connect, create, learn, and experience the world in extraordinary new ways. And I truly believe the best is still yet to come at Apple. I find this one fascinating because we had probably one of the world's greatest leaders, CEOs, founders, Steve Jobs. He drove Apple to, some of the greatest success with the iPhone. And then Cook took over and stepped in from an operational point of view and made it one of, if not the most valuable companies in the world. And it's funny because I think this leans into much of the theme here today when we get into the Curiosity Cache. One of the things that somebody said to me yesterday was, Keith, I feel like we're starting the next 50 years of our life. I was like, wow. And it's as if the last 50 have ended and the world is resetting for the next 50. And it's fascinating because you think about something like that. Over the last 50, you look at a company like Apple, you had Cook and you had Jobs. And if we look at a guy like John Turnus, who's going to lead the company in the future, it really starts to set the stage of what the next, number of decades are going to look like in the world of Apple and technology. And, we're certainly going through some changing of pages, a page turning, I should say, happening in many different industries. But this is a big one. And, later this year, they're going to release the iPhone Fold, a number of new products. So all eyes on Apple and to see what's going to happen. But, in some ways, too, I think this is a lesson for all of us, all of us dudes out here in the community, all of us Xers and boomers that are thinking about the stage in life. Like, when do you stop? Is it like, I'm done? What's going on? Quick said 7-7. Hadn't got you in a while. Good to see you, Quick. Yes, good to see you out there in the comments. Big time. But it makes you wonder, right? Like, so I'm turning 55 next year. I guess in some ways up here in Canada, I'm running towards senior citizen status. And, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm nowhere near done. Right. So Cook is taking over the chairman's chair. So he's not going anywhere. No, he's not going anywhere. Speaking of going anywhere, hey, Jimmy, I see you on the screen there, snoozetracker.mornings.live. Guys, if you hit the button, Jimmy, check this out, man. If you have been hitting the button, you are now almost 24 hours. Holy smokes, man. A day of your life lost to a freaking button on your phone. Yeah. So don't tell me, hey, you have no time. Hey, speaking of, I got to share a little secret with you guys. I got to share a secret because of success that I'm getting from the world of artificial intelligence. Yeah, AI. I think I might have got a few extra minutes of sleep last night. And I think I got a little bit of extra time to cut the grass yesterday. Yes, Johnny, I cut the grass. Yes, Charlie, good time. I cut the grass. I sure did, baby. Why? Well, I had a few agents doing some work, and I was like, well, hey, I guess I can go and go do some other work. So, I had the agent doing one thing. I was doing something else, and man, life was feeling pretty good. So, hey, Jimmy, I ended my day actually feeling quite productive. As I was complaining the day before that I didn't feel like I had anything fucking done. So that was a wonderful feeling that I got a bunch of stuff done, and all because I started using agents doing my work for me. It's funny, I was talking to a guy yesterday, I was like, agents, what are those? I'm like, oh, baby. Yeah. Somebody also asked me, he goes, Keith, what's the next 20, 30 years look like? I said, you want to hear? I told him. He's like, oh, that doesn't sound very good. I said, I know, but it's true. I very much believe that it's true. One of the things that I do believe is true. We are going to move back towards somewhat of an analog world, I would say. A world of analog/digital, analog first, digital support. I believe we're going to move world back to textile, to tactical buttons. I think that you just got to look at signals, right? It's very clear to me that OpenAI is going to release a pen. It's physical, it's tactile. The car manufacturers in the world, one of the devices that really touch all of us as human beings are more than likely going to move back to tactile buttons in vehicles. So I would suggest to you guys that we're probably at the peak of like screen life. And with sensors and technologies, we're going to move back into a world where, we're going to spend more time in real life, but technology might get out of the way. Glasses, wristbands, rings that do things, but we're not actually staring at a screen. So I do believe in many ways, the world's going to become much more analog in a digital way. Yep, true story. So what's your opinion? Do you guys think the world's going to get much more analog? Do you think it's going to get much more digital? Or do you guys think that we are at the peak of tech? Right. And I want to maybe peak by tech is that, once you have artificial intelligence, what comes next? Right. When I grew up thinking about, the singularity is coming. Many would argue that the singularity is here today. And to those of you that are wondering, what's the singularity? Well, it's when we integrate humans and machines into one. Well, I'd like to think that I live a life of singularity today. Every single task I do today is supported by an AI agent. True story. Yeah, it's funny because I was doing a little test on my iPhone. I'm getting rid of apps left and right. I use one app for everything. Perplexity Computer. Actually everything. It just does, and I just live in it, and it just does my work for me. Speaking of doing work for me, this guy will not do any work for me. No, why? Because I'm his assistant. What's his name? His name's John Anderson.
The car I used to have one of those cars when I was younger. It was a badass car. That was a Supra, but even the fucking AI version of me gets out and is not confident in what he's fucking wearing. You see that fucking that terrible posture where I stood up?
I will say, I will going to use a term. You looked kind of gay.
Yeah, well, gay was when I was in the fucking cowboy outfit. This was just pathetic.
Well, and I'll say gay in a happy way. I will, because you looked happy, but I was questioning your posture.
I don't think I looked happy. I think I looked like I got out of the car. Who fucking put me in this shit is what I said. That doesn't say happy. That's confused.
Good morning, my brother. How are you, pal? I got a lot of energy today, man. I feel like I had a good sleep. I'm feeling pretty good today. And I'm really pleased to tell you. My friend, my brother, somebody who I have lots of love for. I cut the fucking grass yesterday. Yep, I cut the grass.
You can't go back to this grass thing now. You already fucked it up. Jesus Christ, dude. You're like, what's it? And forgive me when I say this, just a phrase. It's like you're a fucking Indian giver. You give something, you take it away. You know, the crazy part is the Indian giver thing is so backwards because it should be a white man giver.
So backwards.
Because the Indians were trustworthy. They were trusting. It should have been the white man giver. You know what I mean?
Fuck, man. I was out cutting the grass yesterday. I was just waiting to tell you that. I can't wait to tell Anderson. I was actually going to shoot you a video and say, Anderson, I'm fucking cutting. You know what it was? I was getting a bunch of work done. Do you ever feel this way? I was getting a bunch of work done yesterday, and I was, because I work from home, right? And I can see my yard. And I was like, it was driving me fucking nuts. And I was texting people to see if they can come do the yard. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go do it right now. Because I just needed to feel a sense of getting it done so I could move. It's like probably sometimes you sit at your desk and your desk is a mess and you can't function.
Brother, my desk is never a mess.
I believe that. Yeah, and neither is mine. Like I like to have a clean space, right? Well, it's the same thing with my yard, Johnny. Was like, it was driving me nuts. So I said, fuck it. I took 90 minutes. I put my headset on. I started doing some thinking, voice recording, voice notes, and it was done. So, but here's what I did. I will admit this though, is that it is not sustainable for me. It's that whole idea of I'll do it myself.
What was the big fucking speech about? Oh, I'm going to put my fucking headphones on and go cut the grass. You know, it's just part of who I am. It's such a great thing. What was all that fucking shit about?
Well, maybe I have the right to reserve to change my mind. Speaking of changing minds,
you ever think that through as a fucking leader, dude? You get those fucking, you figure that shit out before you start fucking spouting off the great things of, what to do and what not to do.
Speaking of changing minds.
Strategy sold 32 BTC, everyone panicked. Then they bought 1550 back for $101. That's not timing, that's market whiplash.
The market flinches at a tiny sale, then cheers the bigger buy. Are we investing or emotionally speed-running headlines? Real question. If one person moves confidence this fast, what's your plan? Conviction, risk controls, or vibes in a ticker?
You called it. They bought a bunch back yesterday.
Dude, think about this.
Well, I know.
32 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Out of almost 1 million. It's like 0.000, some percent.
I know.
It's like okay, I'm going to take a few dollars out of my savings, a few $1,000s out of my savings account, and buy something, but then pay myself back. It's like, What the fuck?
Yeah.
So how a person thinks, oh my God, Sailor's lost confidence in Bitcoin when he didn't even fucking sell a fraction of a percent.
You know what?
How does that display lack of confidence?
But that's a good example of people just fucking rushing to headlines, man. It's like slow down. Because that's anybody chasing as a gambler. That's not an investment, right? So I'm not saying Sailor. I'm saying anybody who's chasing headlines. You're just gambling. Like just that's just that's good investment strategy, frankly. So there you go. Hey, how's the last 24 hours? What happened in your world? Anything exciting?
Oh, let me think here.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a pretty solid day. I got a lot done. Got it in the afternoon. I definitely needed some recovery time, so I shut it down a little early. Took a second nap. Felt pretty good. So yeah, all in all, can't complain.
I had
my terms is the key.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I had a pretty busy day. I practiced this yesterday. I thought that this could be fun trying this out yesterday. And I was, look at this, man. Talk about committed. So this is Could you? I can't even wrap my head around how you do that. And I'm serious. Like I can't. Like so. And I was it's a stupid.
Called one word, brother.
Committed. That's called reps.
Practice.
Yeah. Like just look at that though. Like let's just think a lot. Did it start with hand probably, and then 5 fingers, 4 fingers, 3 fingers? Next thing you know, he's got 1 finger just hanging up there on his body. Like that is just a committed. And it's funny because people can't even. People can't do a lot of things. This guy's hanging up there on 1 finger.
It's because because people don't practice any one thing.
Well, that's an interesting statement. It's rare that we do, eh?
That's the fuck. I mean, that's stripping things down to simple. Okay, look at people.
Yeah,
they practice. They practice nothing that gets them anywhere. They practice being a fucking walking zombie. They repeat the same shit over and over and over.
Yes,
and wonder why their fucking loop is not migrating in the direction they want it to.
Yes. Good morning, Lauren.
It's this. You got this going.
100%.
If you don't adjust that loop, you just sit right here.
Yep. Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. True story. Good morning, Lauren. Hey, Johnny. Brookie's birthday today. She's doing the double digits. She's hitting 10 today. It's funny. She was going to bed last night. I was telling her, I said, oh, you're in the double digits. Now your responsibility begins to increase. And as every year the numbers go up, your responsibility increases. So I said, welcome to double digits. Good morning, Lucas Power. Good to have you in the comments out there this morning. To be 10 again. Hey, Johnny?
So going from 9 to 10 is in your house. Is there some certain thing that's going to progress in terms of responsibility, or it's just more of a profound statement?
More just a profound statement that you got.
It's crazy because certain households, certain numbers of age or thresholds for different stuff.
It's interesting. I never thought about it that way. I guess in my mind, they're just things that you learn as you grow up. And I she's 10 and there's more responsibilities that come with that. Metaphorically, there's a lot of things that happen when you start becoming 10, 11, 12. You're 3 years from a teenager. You're 10 years from 20. Everything's going up, kid. Bills are coming. Everything's coming up. You're not just 9 anymore. To be 10. Hey, we got Cheryl Whitaker joining us in the show here today. Johnny, I got a conversation with you. And of course, we got Brianna Bass jumping on the show today too. Why couples who fight about nothing are actually fighting about everything. And then I got the big question for us. Came up on a call that I had a business meeting yesterday, which was, what are you curious about? Don't answer it, but I'm serious. Like what makes you curious as a 54-year-old male? Because I've been talking to some dudes lately that just seem to have lost all curiosity. And I know you and I lean into interest often on the show and the power of interest. But man, there's a lot of dudes that are losing curiosity. And I'm like, why? Like there's never been a better time to be curious.
Well, I think the why is actually pretty easy to see why. We just described it. They live in, when you live in the same loop.
Live in a fog?
The fog, yes, for sure. Add to the list, 100%.
Yeah. Yes.
But you're not exposed to anything new.
No.
So if you're not exposed to something new, where the fuck are you going to find interest?
Yeah. Well, so it's interesting because I had a call with a couple different fellows yesterday that were clearly from different political stripes. Totally cool. It was a great call. It was all fine. But it's what the common denominator was the curiosity. That's what it was that we each was able to be curious about what's happening in each other's worlds. And I find that's when people stop being curious about what's happening in, maybe somebody's different world politically or different views. The moment that somebody does this, it's like, oh, I don't want to hear. It's like, oh, really? And I just, that to me is part of the challenge, right? Which is, well, no, why don't you want to ask the additional question? That's one thing I really appreciate about you. You're always asking the extra question, whether it's for your own information, but to me, that's being curious.
Yeah, I think if I curious, put it on the list. But number one is clarity.
Oh yeah, yes.
If something's going on, or if I'm asked a question more often,
yes,
and I'm not clear, I need to know. I can't answer the question without clarity.
That's so, Johnny. I'm really glad you put that up there too, because I've been coaching some folks around their business messaging, and they keep moving to clever. And I'm like, no, we got to get to clarity. And because it's clarity over clever, and it's not clever over clarity. And because clever works, but if your message is not clear, you're not going to get anybody. Right. And that's one thing.
You got the message got to be clear. Then inside of clarity becomes clever.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. 100%.
Because clever is kind of a, like, when someone really laughs, it's because something was funny and clever.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
You know, I like the fucking jokes. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a Russian, there was a Polak, there was a, that whole, there's nothing fucking clever about these fucking jokes.
No.
You know what I mean? When someone says to me, hey, you want to hear a joke? You know what my response is?
No.
I don't want to hear a joke.
No, I'm the same way.
Because a joke, it fucking happens.
If you have to ask me whether I want to hear a joke, I don't want to hear the joke that you want to ask me if I want to hear it. Good morning.
If you have to set up the joke, it's not clever.
Good morning, Petro. Good to see you, man. Keith, on behalf of Johnny, we miss you. Looking forward to seeing you on Friday. Interested people are interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. I never thought about it as simple as that. If you're
a good joke comes out of a story somehow.
Well, yeah, just like this stupid show with you and I. Like next thing you know, somebody's saying something and we're giggling about something ridiculous, right? And that's how comedy happens.
There's no question. I brought the cleverness.
Oh shit! Oh, hey, we've been talking about this one as well. Did you get in on this? And what I'm asking you is, did you get in on this?
SpaceX.
No,
SpaceX IPO is already
not going to go for me. Oh.
SpaceX IPO is already 2x oversubscribed. $150 billion chasing $75 billion. Biggest IPO ever. Maybe? Rockets or hype? Both. Demand isn't value. Morningstar says $780 billion, while the deal screams $1.75 trillion. That gap is the story.
Rich people are speed dating a rocket company. Orders close Wednesday, trades Friday. History or Earth's loudest FOMO?
I think this might be the biggest catastrophe, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it is, the idea of getting in early is something, meaning that you found, I was not thinking $135 a shot. You know what I mean? Did you freeze?
No, I'm there. Yeah, I got you. Keep going. Yeah,
$135 a shot. That was and then the fact that you may not, the whole thing kind of lost its luster for me.
Dude, I'm right there with you. And I think we're the same way, because everybody's running in that direction, and you and I are like, okay, we'll go in that direction. Because I think you're bang on, man. The whole world is going to be going to buy it, and it's not. It's just I would short it, if anything.
Well, that was a thought, but then, if you short this thing, whoever you got it from probably won't sell another one, the next one to you.
Yeah, well.
Oh no, forgive me, short it. I'm saying if you bought it and then just turned it over and flipped it. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? You're frozen, brother.
Did I freeze again? Shit, man.
Yeah.
There we go. I believe like shorting it, like it's I do not believe it's going to hit the numbers that they're predicting.
Right. Well, that's what I think I think what happens is it'll be on the open market. It'll fucking go way the fuck up, way the fuck down.
Yep.
And then once it's down, if it's cheap enough, then I'll buy it.
I bet you it settles. Here's my prediction. I bet you it settles around $99, $100 a share.
What it comes down to in this environment, I like to just have, I don't know, the stock market is one of those to where like I don't really like to own stocks. That makes sense.
100%. You showed it before. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with options because it's just, I'm not stuck with something.
Well, no. So that's the same philosophy that I have. Again, it's funny that we've kind of learned it about it with my investor, Jeff. He's very much the same way. He's like, his comment was, Keith, you don't always have to own the company. There's ways to make money in the company without actually owning it. And he taught me about puts and options and so forth. And I've made a lot. And it's funny, man, you make a few $1,000 here, a few $1,000 there, a few $1,000 here. Like, holy smokes, the year happens, you accumulate a few $1,000 here and there. Next thing you know, you've made yourself a lot of thousands of bucks on these little puts and options along the way.
Yeah, the thing that there's just the times are so uncertain and there's so much going on we don't know. And God damn it, it's like all-time highs, all-time lows, all that shit. And so I would rather, I don't know, I just in my heart of hearts, I just don't feel like having money in the stock market is the place where I'm comfortable.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You know what's freaky, man? Have you heard of a screw worm?
I just heard that. Where did that come from? There was some sort of a screw worm fucking thing going on right now.
Yeah, you and me both.
Where did I hear?
Texas thought screwworm was history, like dial-up. Now USDA confirms new cases. Larvae eat living tissue and wounds. It's back. It hits cattle, pets, even people. Rare, but real. One infected dog came back from Mexico. Spread across counties, fast.
USDA's counterpunch. 10 million sterile flies a week, plus big money. Question is, contained or just the opening act?
Coming up, Cheryl Whitaker is going to join us. Joining this, we thought this was eradicated in 1966, but it's back, and it attacks humans too. So yes, animals.
So does ticks.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, fuck, man. Let's not blow this out of proportion here.
Yeah. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's yeah. So I'm certainly not here to create any fear mongering. This is again back to curiosity. There's a fucking screwworm crisis happening across the United States. You know, we got Ebola happening on the other side of the pond. We got some screwworm situations happening here, and we got ticks out of control.
Well, we've got a flu thing crushing us every year too. What's the number of the amount of people that die from the flu is fucking insane.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of reports about this.
You know what? What's fascinating to me is, and I'm going to have this conversation with you guys in a few moments around being curious, is that I feel like we're living in a time where everything we were taught is like non-relevant anymore. It's like, what? Because we can question everything. Everything can be questioned. And where when we were being raised in that era, there was never any questioning. It's like, okay, it's the truth. Okay, that's the truth. Who says it's the truth? Well, that's just what it was. But now it's like, well, I don't know. Is it the truth or not? Right? So, because that's just we question everything, and I'm okay with that.
Well, I agree with you what you're saying, but I think that you're also talking about a certain demographic of people.
Oh,
think about it. So when we were kids, the news. Oh, fuck! You heard it on the news. It was real. Then the internet came. Yeah. Oh, fuck! It was on the internet. It was real.
Yes.
Now we got ChatGPT. Oh, fucking ChatGPT. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
ChatGPT will give you whatever the fucking answer you want if you ask it properly.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, now it's like first thing it'll give me an answer. Okay, please look deeper to make sure there's nothing you didn't miss something.
Yeah.
Guaranteed it comes back with another perspective. And if you ask it again, it's like asking a bunch of researchers.
Yes.
So take 5 opinions, not one.
Hey, Tom Brady's back in the news in a good way, and he's got a fun product he's launching. Check this out.
Brady launched coconut water called Good Nut. 3 flavors, sold on GoPuff. The internet turned it into a meme factory. That's branding jujitsu. Simple product, hilarious name, instant shareability.
The joke outran the hydration pitch, turned it into culture bets. The drink isn't the story. Attention is. Memes move markets and mind share.
Talk about clever. Good nut. But yet also clear. You know, a simple fucking product, coconut juice, coconut water, and calls it Good Nut. And the internet yesterday had like this comment you can think about all the good nut, nutting, drinking, all that shit, right? So, and of course from Tom Brady. And get this too, to Polymarket, that betting platform we've talked about here on the show, 9% odds of Tom Brady announcing a presidential run for 2028. So actually 9% odds that he's going to run for president.
I have a hard time seeing that one.
Well, so do I. Like, come on, Anderson. Honest to God. You think he's got nothing better to do? Yeah, I'm going to go be president of the fucking United States.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know him, but I mean, I just know what I see of him.
Precisely.
I don't see his interest fucking pulling him out of his love, which is fucking football.
Bingo. Interest. Exactly. Speaking of interest, she's been patiently waiting for her. We're going to bring her into the lab here. Jimmy, I'm handing over the controls to you, my brother. We're going to get into the Curiosity Cache. What makes you curious? We're going to have that conversation coming up right now with our very own Cheryl Raphael Whitaker this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Cheryl, and all of our friends.
Curiosity is the difference between loving someone and managing them. One is alive. One is a calendar with chores.
That's romantic as hell, Maya. Also terrifying. Some dudes think, how was your day? Counts as emotional cardio. It doesn't, especially when he asks while staring at his phone like his thumb pays the mortgage.
When curiosity leaves, certainty moves in. That's when a man stops meeting his wife and starts remembering her.
And not even the current version. He's married to a mental screenshot from 3 years ago. Chief's opening the room today. What happens when a man stops being curious?
What is shaking, Cheryl Frau Whitaker?
Hey guys, good morning. How are you? Hi, John.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Minus the screw worm. I literally was sitting here with my eyes closed, like peeking to make sure like I wouldn't open them until that picture was gone.
So, are you familiar with screwworms?
I do not like worms of any kind.
The only time I think of worms is when Johnny told the story of his buddy who was taking. I know I'm going to wreck the story, John. So sorry. I think it was something along those taking ivermectin, and he found a fucking worm in his toilet. Wasn't that what it was, Johnny? You had a buddy, something like that.
Close enough. Close enough.
I was passed out. Anyway. Whew.
Yeah.
You might want to take some ivermectin.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the little fuckers aren't going to die and come out.
Oh God.
Cheryl, I want to talk curiosity today with the three of us.
Okay. Cool.
Because I think that it's easy to lose curiosity as we age. What makes you curious in 2026?
Oh gosh, what makes me curious in 2026? Right now, honestly, everything. It's interesting. I have a friend who used to describe me as one of the least curious people that she'd ever met. Right. So, for example, if somebody said that they were pregnant, I'm like, hey, so-and-so is pregnant. I didn't ask like when they were due, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't getting into the details, mostly because I felt like it was nosy. But now I'm kind of like nosy about everything in this season, especially with AI, the work that we're doing here on the network, the things that are going on in the world. I don't know. I can't narrow it down really right now. I'm just curious about everything.
John, what makes you curious? And I'm serious because what I'm really enjoying is I continue to get to know you. When you're not on show in your private life, I know you don't watch like fucking regular television type shit. You like to learn. You love to stimulate your brain. And that interests me because I want to know what makes you like when you sit
on a base level.
Yeah, like when you're like, I want to go learn about something.
Like the most basic form of this.
Yeah.
How much better can I make tomorrow than today?
So when you'll sit down and maybe want to teach yourself, is that so? If you're seeking to read something, and I'm being very serious, like if you're looking to seek for a book or to watch something on YouTube to educate, is it along those lines where I know stoicism interests you and things that like, are you seeking that kind of information, John, to stimulate your brain?
I mean, of course, that's always part of the journey for sure, because how if you're not learning something,
yes,
and you're not exposed to something new, which means your loop does not migrate; it just sits still.
It's stagnant. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but I think again, if you're breaking it down to the simplest format, is what am I going to do today to make tomorrow better?
You know where I struggle with though, guys, is I struggle with kind of the FOMO of being too curious. Like there's sometimes, like what I mean is like I want to learn so much. Like for example, Johnny, yesterday cutting the grass, I couldn't make a decision what to put in my ears because I had like 30 things of what I wanted to learn about, and I'm being fucking serious.
That's because you're so conflicted about the goofy fucking story you talked about.
Oh my God, I love the fact that he was talking about the grass. I was listening this morning while I was getting ready.
No, but you missed the first part.
Oh, what did I miss?
Well, he did this big fucking long song and dance about, I do this and I do that, and I put on the headphones and I go have this time, and then he comes back the next day. Oh God, I got to find somebody to cut my grass. What happened to the big fucking song and dance about the me time?
I know me time doesn't sound like cutting grass time, right?
Well, it was.
I mean, that's whatever it is. It was just some fucking big story that lasted less than 24 hours.
It's true. It's true. I was like,
oh my God,
I gave up. I gave up.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
You guys got to go down a certain road here, and I'm thinking about it differently. You are. I feel like you're equating curiosity to learning.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing, is it not?
I don't think it's the same thing.
Oh.
I don't think it's the same thing because I'm learning all the time.
Curiosity is like the first part of the sequence.
Depending, like I think of it as like, what happens if I push that button? Like, I'm curious.
Well, then at one, and once the curiosity hits, you push the button, you learn what happens when you push the button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's first the interest, then learn about the curiosity, or first the curiosity, the interest, whatever you want to call it. But they're kind of, I agree, they're separate for sure, because you could be very curious and not fucking choose to learn, which is what most people do.
That's my point. That's my point. I love learning about everything, but I guess I never really thought about that. I'm curious about it. I just need it. I'm voracious when it comes to needing to learn.
I will. If I send somebody who has no interest in me or what I'm doing, or curious, like just being a curious human, I really find myself having no time for them very quickly.
Yeah,
and I can learn very quickly if somebody's not asking questions that I don't know. I just to me I think it's a connective tissue. When I'm engaging with you and you're asking questions about me or the world or things that can bring us together, that's a powerful attribute that I think many of us have lost along the way. Hey, Petrol drops in, and Johnny, to support your comment, malaria kills 610,000 people each year. We don't talk much about it, do we?
Yeah, exactly. So now this fucking screw or one fucking dog gets loose and fucking has a problem, and now the whole fucking world's been out of shape.
Oh my goodness!
This fucking crazy picture of a worm. Jesus Christ! We have worms fucking crawling around inside of us right as we speak.
You know, it's a crazy picture emerged last night this morning. Was this happening yesterday at Madison Square Garden? There's the president of the United States, and there's the owner, Larry Dolan of Madison Square Garden, both at the Knicks game, sleeping. So
that was not a game to sleep.
One of the most expensive games.
Dude, when I'm fucking 80 years old, I'll be fucking sleeping at that time as well.
I love it though. One of the most expensive games in NBA history. They're both just, but you know what? That's fuck you money, right? That's like, yeah, I got enough money. I need to fucking sleep right now. I gotta sleep. So it's just close my eyes. And
I have nothing to say. Hey, by the way, Dwayne says here, you can learn without being curious. Someone can teach you a lesson. So that sounds to me like. Maybe like listen more, talk less.
Yes. Yeah, that's a very good comment actually, because you're right. You can learn without being curious, because you fuck up, make a mistake, and someone's going to teach you something. You're like, oh, I wasn't expecting to learn that today. Next thing you know, I've learned a lesson today.
Well, I think one of the things I have to be careful with, it's the old saying, curiosity killed the cat.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to fucking make sure that you're careful what you're curious about.
Thank you.
Curious about things that are going to help you, help your loved ones. Don't be curious about shit that's going to set you back.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John and Cheryl Whitaker on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Johnny, I got something here, man, for you. That's I know we talk often on this show about peptides, and this is one that I wanted to just throw on the table here this morning. That was about Jimmy, the semaglutide trial. That's early signal for some slower biological aging. This one here is, check this out.
Ozempic just got an aging headline, not magic. An RCT saw semaglutide slow epigenetic aging markers about 9% over 32 weeks.
Before you chug the hype, it was adults with HIV-related lipohypertrophy, not the general weight loss crowd. Still, Dunedin Pace and PC Grimage moved.
Real value. GLP-1s may touch inflammation and organ aging signals, but you don't reverse time. Pair the lever with sleep, lifting, food.
And what continues to fascinate me is all of the things that were coming out of the results of, so we developed the drug for this, but we're learning so many other things because of it, which Johnny's fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole semaglutide fucking conversation should be over, because it was the generation one. It was the most rough cut of the group.
Yes.
The at least generation two, which is widely used and on the market, that would be the one that would be the most helpful to have studies on. But then Gen 3 is right around the corner too. Actually, I've heard of different pharmacies actually having it, which I don't understand how, because I don't believe it's been fucking cut loose yet.
I've heard that same thing, Anderson. I was going to actually ask you about that. I've heard that same thing.
I think what it is, I think it's some of these when I say legit, they're the 503s, the ones that are not in the research space. I'm in the research space.
Oh, okay.
They're coming in. They're just like, they want to come in to take a piece of the action for they're supposed to.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really looked into it. Don't really care. I literally have seen some pictures. People have sent me pictures Like I was sent a picture of a bottle of retatrutide, labeled as retatrutide from Stryker, which is one of the biggest fucking pharmaceutical providers. Like one of the probably top 5, I would guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Cheryl, where do you fall in the world of GLPs and peptides and so forth? They're obviously on the female side of the conversation, the male side of the conversation. They are part of the conversation in 2026. Where do you fall?
I am part of the conversation. I take a GLP-1 every Wednesday.
Oh, no shit.
Which I'm assuming is Gen 2, probably some version of tirzepatide.
Yeah. Yep. It's what's it? Not Mounjaro. Zepbound.
Yeah, Mounjaro and Zepbound. If they're just, it'd be like, if we created a product that's called X, and we sold, and that was, basically other people sold it under XYZ.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And for insurance purposes, although mine's not covered by insurance because I'm doing it for weight loss. But I got to tell you, I've been on it for a year. I got
how much are you paying for that? Because a lot of times you just get
$300 a month for the 2.5 milligrams, the smallest. I'm on the lowest dosage. My body could not handle anything higher than that.
So I helped Wayne, your man, give some stuff for your dog, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the link that I gave him, you can find that product there and probably cut your expense by 2/3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, listed as fuck. I'm having a brain fart. But have your have your man text me and I'll send a link.
Okay. I will.
Because we're we basically we don't, I guess you'd say we have our own name.
Cheryl, how has your journey been with it?
It's been interesting. See, for me, the biggest issue has been food noise. And I would think about food.
Talk about that with me, because
Cheryl, what we need to do is you need to go to Gen 3, which is retatrutide, because that literally has part of its action is to massage that addictive center of the brain. Is the dopamine chasing behavior. That's what you're describing.
Yeah.
Gen 2, what you're using, doesn't have that.
Yeah. So Cheryl, because I've heard Johnny talk about it, and as you've been listening to our show, I'm fascinated about this. I'm walking towards this journey, and I've been hearing a lot about food noise. I want to hear it from your POV. Educate us that haven't. Like, what's that mean to you? Like Cheryl Whitaker, what does that mean to you?
That means that on a almost constant basis, my mind is drifting towards the subject of food. So if I'm eating breakfast, I'm already thinking about, what am I going to have for lunch?
Really?
What am I having for dinner?
Or possibly what else you should have for fucking breakfast, correct?
Yes, correct. And if I'm going out we have got date night coming up on the Thursday and it's Monday, I'm already thinking, what am I going to have for dinner at Sweetwater's?
All right, Cheryl, check this out. We're going to turn that off like a fucking light switch. How's that sound? And cut your costs in half.
That part.
Have your man text me.
Okay. All right. I
You
will.
know, I'm curious about, Cheryl. What Dwayne comes in and says, no, it's $100 a month. I'm curious about, Cheryl, as I've gotten to know you though. So you talk food noise, but what's also fascinating about me is you are a forward thinker. For example, 3 weeks ago, you were saying to me, what are we doing for the July 1st show? I'm thinking, holy fuck, I'm not even thinking that far ahead. So, and I'm not saying that as a negative, but I'm saying that as your brain is clearly always thinking ahead. So
it is.
At what point is it noise? And at what point is it your brain just being your brain?
Oh yeah, but
constructive versus non-constructive thought process.
It's literally, I could sit here and have breakfast, and I'm immediately thinking about a snack. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I just had breakfast. You know what I mean?
It's Cheryl, when you agree, it's the difference. Like Keith's example is a constructive thought process.
Yeah.
What you're describing are unproductive thought processes.
Yes, exactly.
Dopamine chasing behavior is usually not productive.
Yes, agreed. And I am, to your point, Keith, I'm a doer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I love to get like shit done.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking about the next. This is different. This is kind of like, when it comes to food, it's more like comfort. I'm happy, I'm hungry, I'm sad, I'm hungry, I'm bored, I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Like those kind. It's like, it's just very, very different.
And Keith, I would say your brain works very similar. what you described with Cheryl's. You're just not thinking about the same thing. You're looking ahead too. Fuck, you're just not. You're just not looking at the same thing she's looking at.
Yes,
that's a fair comment, John. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, you're looking way the fuck past July.
Right.
You're looking at fucking July 29.
Yeah, all the stuff that you're building on a
regular basis. That's fair, but that's fair. So it's funny because I think about food too, nonstop. And that's
you have it as well.
That's why I'm fascinated by the conversation about food noise. That's why, Johnny, I'm so leaning into when you talk about it, because I think we're very similar in that way. And that's why it's so fascinating. Like, what does it mean? Because I have
it, brother. When you're thinking about eating what you're not supposed to, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Like, for example, I'm going for dinner tonight for Brookie's birthday. Sorry, guys, I'm going for dinner, and my mind's racing what I'm going to eat. Like, John,
That's it. That's what she's literally what she's talking about.
But when I'm on the medication, it goes away. Like, I'm thinking about now. All right, we're going out to dinner tomorrow night. We always do on a Wednesday, but I'm thinking about it now because we're having the conversation. I haven't really thinking about it, and that is not me.
Well, check this out, Cheryl. So you're doing this because you're trying to, I'm assuming you pointed it was for weight loss, right?
Yeah.
So what Generation 2 is doing is it's basically helping you eat less, right? Now, let's assume that we had that, but not quite as strong. So you were able to eat comfortably, because I'm sure once you do it, your eating changes a little bit once it hits, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say that there was another part of this that in the message of the molecule, it said, hey, you see that stored body fat? Let's go use that for fuel right now. So you're going to burn body fat as a mechanism from the actual peptide, not just from the limitation of what you're eating. Totally two different fucking things.
That's two different things.
Not to mention it's helps with insulin sensitivity, which so now like Alzheimer's is being kind of dubbed as what is it? They're diabetes type 3. There's type 1 birth, type 2. You give it to yourself. Type 3 is basically there's like Alzheimer's. Go check this out, Jimmy. If you can find this, find a scan of a brain of an Alzheimer's brain sitting next to a healthy brain. Healthy brain looks like it's plump like a grape. Alzheimer's brain looks like a fucking raisin because it's been starved. Because it's the starving brain is what creates the problem. Well, insulin sensitivity helps the brain get fed.
Oh, wow.
So it actually is becoming more of a longevity thing, drops blood pressure, drops bad cholesterol, attacks visceral fats, decreases inflammation. All of these are not in Gen 2.
Wow.
Hey, John, question for you about this too. So if somebody decides to go on one of these products and still eat shitty food, like, so they still eat the crappy food, like they don't change their habits, right? Will they still lose weight? Not body comp, but lose weight. Like, so let's just pretend Joe.
I got you. And I'm going to explain. I know exactly what you're saying. So Gen 1 and Gen 2, these were basically just restrictors.
Okay.
So you're going to lose weight, which is muscle and fat.
Yes. Right? Okay.
Now Gen 3 was designed. Okay, there we go. See, it's all sucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Gen 3 then basically still helps with the limitation, but more from limiting the dopamine chasing behaviors, right? It helps you eat the right foods. It'll help you eat less if you take enough. But the sweet spot that I say is when it's time to eat is no problem. You just don't care what you're eating, right? That's the key. That's the sweet spot. And I'll help you find that spot, by the way, Cheryl. It's not just a matter of just doing it. You might have that in a different spot. Well, you will have that different than everybody else. Either way. But with Gen 3, retatrutide, and I'm honest, but I don't like to be honest about this. If you took this and didn't change anything, the third agonist, the glucagon receptor, you would be burning fat without choice. You don't have a choice.
Like, so wow. So somebody can live at McDonald's. I hate to use it, Johnny. I just take that word with you.
Somehow, let's just say that someone's in an environment where they could only eat what they've eaten for the last 12 months. They couldn't get more, couldn't get less. Let's say it was just fed to them by a tube. It was that exact.
Yeah. They
would end up losing body fat.
Really?
Because the third agonist, the glucagon, basically going to just trying to keep it simple.
Yes.
remember, it's messaging molecules. So
Yes.
all these GLPs have many messages. The Gen 3 has a ton of them. One of them is a message that says to the body, burn fat for fuel. That message is very fucking small because our body fat is our savings account for survival.
Right.
So takes that message and fucking spools it way up, which kind of that at that point, we don't really we've never seen that before, I guess is the best way to put it.
So now I got to be honest with you, I don't think I really realized what you just said until you just said it. Now I see why there's that big power of the 3rd gen, because to your point, simplifying it, I could go live at McDonald's for the next year and still lose weight. That is kind of scary because it doesn't change people's habits.
Well, you would actually lose
healthier.
That's what I mean.
You actually use fat, which is even better.
Yeah.
But the thing and that's what most people see.
Yeah, I see
but
that.
In actuality, here's a perfect example. I was literally having a consultation with a client of mine, and he wants to extend. Anytime he wants to extend, I want to make sure I understand what he wants so I can provide it. And we were talking about his peptide use. And I was like, dude, we've shed so much fat off you. The only reason that we would be using Retta now would be for the health benefits. And he goes, well, the last blood panel I got, my doctor looked at it and he goes, I don't give a shit what you're doing. I've never seen your test like this. Just keep doing it.
Wow.
End of conversation.
Wow.
57-year-old man.
No kidding, eh?
So what about muscle?
What about muscle?
Yeah. So with all these medications, everybody's always like emphasizing the muscle loss that comes from.
Well, it's there because Gen 1, Gen 2 restrict. So in a restriction setting, your body's burning a combination of fat and muscle. That's why when you see them, they call it the Ozempic.
Yes, on face.
That's because they basically, these people, they're unable to eat in many cases. They lose a shitload of weight, which is probably in the neighborhood of about 40% muscle. And so at the end, they're just a saggier fucking version of the fat cells.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And John, am I correct too? Correct me if I'm wrong, please. It's also because they're not eating enough protein, and as a result, you're not in the gym, resistance training, not eating protein, and that would that be the other reason?
If you're not eating enough, I mean, granted, that's a piece of the reason. Yes. But if you're not eating enough, it doesn't matter what you're eating.
It doesn't matter what you eat.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
If you're in so much of a deficit that your body has to have more fuel, it's going to go. Think like this: when the body goes to burn its own tissue,
yes.
It's got two dishes to decide. It's got a steak and it's got a fucking pile of goddamn lard. So, of course, it's going to go after the steak because that's easy to fucking access.
Yes.
Tastes better. Now, it knows it has to use the lard because that's part of its saving. It's in the survival setting now. It has to use that. Yeah. But you're losing a combo.
It's what's fascinating to me? It's Cheryl. So I want to ask your opinion on this because
real quick, let me just say one more that helps people with that.
Yeah.
If you don't, your body is going to eat. It's going to eat muscle. Best way to put it. The question is, are you eating muscle, which is flesh, so it doesn't have to burn its own?
Yes.
Oh,
that makes sense. Yeah. Is it fair to say, John and Cheryl, both question for you? The genie's out of the bottle in this, isn't it? Like the genie's out of the bottle, Cheryl. Like in terms of
less than 5% of people know what a peptide is. So if that's considered genie out of the bottle, I would say that,
Oh.
Or are you talking about the GLP-1s?
Well, Johnny, so it's funny because, I'll take that from you. I'm going to say that 99%, I'm just going to make a fucking flippant statement, but 99% of the world knows about Ozempic, right? So the brand.
No. No. I mean, they know more about Ozempic, right? For sure.
Yes.
But still, there's very, very few people that understand. I mean, I would be very curious to know the percentage different because the word Ozempic has got a lot of traction.
100%. Like the brand. Yes.
Yes. People don't know that that's a peptide.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
That is true.
John, clever over clarity, right? Marketing over reality, right? So great conversation this morning. We're leaning more into the peptide conversation with Keith, John, and Cheryl. Coming up in a couple minutes, Brianna Bass. Cheryl, you should stick around for this one. Why couples who fight about nothing are actually fighting about everything.
Ooh.
Right? We're gonna learn about fighting and have a conversation. Before we do that, though, I love putting this stuff up here. Check this out, guys. I'm a huge fan of Metallica. Johnny, check this out, man. I know you do too. Here's Lars and Robert Trujillo just getting after on stage. I just love the energy. Just two dudes up there in their 50s on stage, just having a good old time. In front of 80,000 people, smiling, like no care in the world.
Nope. They might as well be there by themselves. It wouldn't even matter.
I love that, man. And that just to me is that whole idea of, you know, living your dreams, getting up and committed and putting the work in and yeah.
Best life.
So good, man. Metallica.
I love that. Wow.
Johnny, you seen Metallica in real life? You seen him in concert?
No, I've been to very few concerts, brother.
Oh, okay. Cheryl, have you been?
No, not to Metallica.
Great show, man. Great show. Speaking of great show, coming up, we're going to do a lifestyle tip with Anderson. We're going to tee off hour 2, reset with Brianna Bass. We're going to get into why couples who fight about nothing are actually fighting about everything. And that conversation is going to start in about 2 minutes after lifestyle and the reset with Keith, John, Cheryl, and coming up, Brianna Bass this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Lifestyle tip. All right. You hear this whole thing of if you could just get 1% better every day, the way that it compounds is like crazy. Let's just say that's not even 1%. Let's just say it's 0.25%. Let's just say it's a smidge, right? A smidge better every day. Most people believe if you get a little bit better every day, it totally changes things after a fairly short period of time. Why do you do that? That's the question. This is the tip. Do something today that makes tomorrow a little bit better. It's so fucking simple. But the question is, and going back to these tips, I'm trying to get you guys to ask yourselves questions. What are you going to do today to make tomorrow a little bit better? And if you create this simple habit, whatever you want to call it, I know sometimes the word habit, you guys get all freaked out by the word habit. But if you execute this daily, your life will change so fucking fast it'll make your head spin. But unfortunately, most people just live inside this loop, as I call it. It's the loop, your 24-hour loop. But they don't do anything to make sure that that loop is a little bit better tomorrow. And if you do this, this might be what you're looking for. I shouldn't say might be, it will be. The question is, do you have the balls to keep doing it every goddamn day? I'm not talking about Monday through Friday. Stop this whole Monday through Friday bullshit. That's connected to the job you don't want to go to. What we're talking about is something that should excite you because you know tomorrow is going to bring something a little bit different. So, you want to change your life? It can be this simple. But ask yourself a question. What have you done or what are you going to do today that's going to make tomorrow a little bit better? Rock and roll.
Good morning. Welcome back to hour 2. Hey guys, yesterday we said that people with taste are going to have a very good decade. This morning, we asked what happens when we lose our curiosity. Coming up. We got Brianna Bass. Yes, we do, baby. We're going to talk about a conversation like this. Why couples who fight about nothing are actually fighting about everything. And that conversation is happening with myself, John Anderson, Brianna Bass, right now. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
If you're fighting about dishes, you're not fighting about dishes. You're fighting about the story underneath. I don't matter to you.
Small fights are receipts, remote, dishwasher, tone. Each one invoices a deeper debt, attention, respect, and emotional safety, past due for years.
The object is a decoy. The real argument is, Do you see me? When the answer feels like no, anything becomes a trigger. Most marriages don't end from one big betrayal. They erode from tiny dismissals that never got named, repaired, or owned. When someone nitpicks chores, listen for grief. I've been carrying us. I stopped trusting you. I feel alone with you. Brianna's here to walk you out. Name the real hurt, own your part fast, and rebuild safety with one small daily ritual. Attention, touch, and gratitude.
Yes, our very own Brianna Bass with Shaking Brianna.
Hey there. Hey there.
How are you?
Sorry for the throat.
That's okay. Oh, you have a little bit of a throat today?
I'm pretty sure I have like strep throat or something, but
well, dude, showing up. I love it. I love the fact that you're here. That is awesome. Says a lot about you. We got Cheryl Whitaker joining us here today, and Johnny, we're going to get into a conversation about, I love the intro. I love the intro. Just is sexy and it's fun and it's just interesting. Cheryl, meet Brianna. Brianna, meet Cheryl.
Brianna, it is so nice to finally meet you. I watch you every Tuesday, my friend.
Oh, that makes me feel so good. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
So let's get into it. John Gottman. Yeah, legendary John Gottman. He put 2 cameras on couples in a Seattle apartment, Brianna, and then watched them fight for 15 minutes. And their names? Cheryl Whitaker and Dwayne Whitaker. All joking aside, the Love Lab, they called it. 3 years later, Gottman could predict with about 94% accuracy which of those couples would still be married and which one would not. And here's the thing, Brianna, the part that nobody talks about. The couples who divorced did not fight about big things. They fought about nothing. TV remote, what to eat for dinner, whose turn it is to start the dishwasher. The dishwasher is never the fight. It's actually the receipt. So, Brianna, let's get into it, man. Why do couples who fight about nothing actually are fighting about everything?
Let me say one thing. I want to see if I learned something here. Yeah. Is this the iceberg analogy, Brianna?
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, man. Come on.
It absolutely is. And I made that up, the iceberg.
It's good. Yes, I mean, it's very, very easy. It really fucking puts things in perspective. I like to give my clients a visual too. I think the visual thing is really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And John, you weren't on here. I am incredibly under the weather. So I am not myself today from a voice standpoint. And that sucks because I don't know if we've ever done a show that aligns with my expertise the way this one does. This is out of my expertise. I would say this is my most expertise out of my expertise.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would have never known had you not said it. I would have never known. So
really?
You're holding it together well. Yeah.
Okay. I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm going to bed after this.
You know, I can hear the little bit of the rasp in the throat, but you know, it's you could be honest, it's kind of sexy. So roll with it.
Well, Johnny, you'd agree with me, brother. We've had a few people come to the show here that aren't here anymore. Look at this one. She's sick and she's here. She's fucking putting in the time. She's showing up. Brianna, that's solid, sister. That's solid.
Yeah, I did not want to leave you guys hanging. One, I'm very grateful to be here, but two, there's a lot of work that goes into these and, other people to consider. So I can pull it together for 45 minutes and go back to bed. So, but yeah, no, but really this is my lane. I am probably speaking in the real world for several hours, no exaggeration, on a daily basis about this very specific subject. Crazy. So yes. So I absolutely can decode the thing that baffles every man in this room on why it feels like she detonates over something microscopic. What Keith was saying, right? And to John's point about the iceberg, you do something perceived as small, the loaded dishwasher, and you do that wrong, or you were late, or you used a tone, and then suddenly it's a 2-hour conversation about that. And a man will often stand there baffled going, this just isn't that big of a deal. It's just a dish. It's just a tone. Like, where's all my credit for that I did go to work today and that I did all this other stuff? So this just doesn't seem worth it. And he's right. It would be actually insane to fight that vehemently about a dish or a tone. Grown adults do not have screaming fights about those types of things, but that's why it's not about that thing. And it's about what's underneath it. And that has provided an opportunity for her to use, and you too, this is not gender specific,
Yes.
to get some stuff out, right? So the rule, like the practical rule, is when the size of the reaction does not match the size of the problem, the fight is not about the problem. So
is that ever obvious?
right. Yeah.
I never thought about it that way, but it's so true. You know, and you said something else, Brianna, that I got to jump into because all of us are married here or have partners on the show here. And I will often say, Brianna, if Lauren and I are getting into a disagreement situation, I'll say, I'm 54 years old. I really don't want to be having this. Like, what am I fighting about this for? That's what I'll often say, Brianna, not to dismiss it, but it's like just stepping back and kind of going, wait a minute. Like, really? I'm not fucking 20.
Are you saying that to yourself or to her?
Everybody in the room. Like, I'm saying it out loud. Like, I'm like, are we actually doing this right now? I'm 54. Are we actually, like, Cheryl, like you and Dwayne, like, I'm 57, I'm 60. Are we actually having this fight right now? Like, it just seems so ridiculous.
Oh yeah. 100,000,000%. But then if he says something like that, I feel dismissed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I would say I'm 54. That's like saying I'm better than this.
That's fair.
I was saying, you know, this is something we really shouldn't be fighting about, honey. That would probably go over better, I would think.
That would go over much better.
Yes, that's fair, John. Very fair comment. Brianna?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Cheryl. I had that thought when you said it. I thought, no, Keith, no. That's not what we say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's fair. And listen, and I'll take it. It's reacting, it's learning, it's responding, it's learning how to respond instead of react. But I think the what got me, Brianna, it was just the grown adults comment. Right. So however my response is or isn't, and I will admit could be better at it. It's me saying we're grown adults. Why are we having this conversation? I guess that's what I'm saying. Yes.
And you're right. So the why is what I'm talking about it being something underneath the dish.
Yes.
So if you feel like the other person is charged, and this is going to feel very unfair, but let's say Lauren is charged. She's the one coming at you about the dish.
Yes.
And you're the one going, look, we're 50 years old. Why are we fighting about this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to go great. That will be seen as a little bit dismissive because what does that teach her? You just don't get it. But of course you don't get it because it isn't about the dish. So how could you? But now after conversations like these, some introspection, some self-awareness, you do get it. You know, after today, you do get it, right? So she's the one charged in the moment. You're the recipient. I know it's unfair, but you may be the only one that can bring up in a translated version I'm going to give you. Why are we fighting about this? This isn't worth it. We're in our 50s. You know, we love each other at the end of the day. What I want you to remember is that almost every single dish argument is about, in particular, 4 questions. Do I matter to you?
Yeah.
Do you respect me? Am I alone in this or are we a team? And do you still want me?
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So when maybe perhaps you're arguing about a phone, I don't know, and the content is the phone, but the real question is, do I matter enough for you to put it down at the table? Or if you're around friends and he goes cold and gets kind of weird because perhaps she called him out or said something in front of friends, right? The content that they're going to fight about later is the comment. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. Well, you do this. And I didn't think, okay. But the question is actually, does she respect me? When it's about chores, it's almost always about, am I alone in this? Am I alone in this? Or are we a team?
Wow.
John, you know what it reminds me of when AJ was talking with AJ about bids. Remember when AJ was hanging out with us, he was talking about, you know, when our wives put a bid out and and I know when Lauren's putting bids out, I know her well enough. She's putting a bid out. And I know there's times when I don't want to say leaning into it or leaning out for it, something going on where I won't lean into it. And that, Brianna, I know I can look historically. If she puts out bids and I keep declining the bid, we end up in a fight.
Exactly. Yeah. Bids and the denial of bids or the rejection of bids almost always guarantee an argument. But unfortunately, you'll discuss the bid itself or this is how resentment builds. You don't so much discuss the bid itself, but that feeds the resentment machine, right? So,
and John, you've talked about, when Terry's been putting bids into you, and you've talked about you're underwater, where she has to fucking remind you, honey, you're underwater. Where it's like you telling me,
totally. And I've asked, listen, you point this out. I got the ears. I'll hear it.
Yes.
And I mean, one of the things too that I try to remind myself with the situation, but I do like the if the response doesn't match, that's a really good indicator.
Yes.
But I just try to remind it happened just the other day. I don't remember what it was, a tone thing. And and it was a total misunderstanding of the tone. When she's focused and busy, that's like, especially when she's preparing for guests, which we've had a lot of lately. She's focused, she's getting stuff done, she puts herself under pressure. And so in those moments, there's going to be, the reaction will be way bigger than whatever it was.
Yes.
And so I just realized that, okay, this is temporary. I just need to kind of diffuse this and let some time pass, and it fucking goes away like a fart in the goddamn wind, because it's situational.
Yeah. So
if I was to put my foot down, this is fucking bullshit. Now all of a sudden I've made a fucking mountain out of a goddamn molehill, when all I really need to do is diffuse it. Hey, not intended to be that way. Sorry you felt that way. Never intend to make you feel poorly with something I say. She will kind of just, she hears me. She's not giving me anything really sincere back, but she hears me, which is enough to let the circumstance pass. The whole thing goes away.
Yeah.
Well, I made those mistakes, John, too, where I wasn't listening, and I would perhaps respond like you did. And I quickly realized, okay, that's not working. I need to learn how to respond differently. And I was down the exact same path as you there, brother.
But Brianna? You know what, though? You have to have the conversations, though. You know what I mean? Like the one we're having right now is awesome. When you have that with your partner and you're talking about those things, it buys you time. You know what I mean? Like or understanding for when it shows up again. Like you guys know, Dwayne and I, we meet every Sunday.
Yeah.
And we have conversations about the little fires that burned all week. Now my therapist is like, well, I'd rather you have those conversations in a moment, but I know both of us well enough to know that a little fire during, like if we address it when it's happening, those little fires turn into big fires.
Yeah, I highly disagree with that therapist. Holy Christ.
Yeah, I disagree with her too. I love her. She's amazing. But that's the one thing I disagree with. We sit on every Sunday, we sit down either in my office or in the green room, wherever, and we chat about those little fires. And then it gives us more understanding. We've been doing it for a few months now, and those little fires happen less and less.
Yeah. What she's talking about is about killing contempt. So the number one thing that will destroy a relationship and the outcome eventually of it is often apathy. Yes. And I talk about when a couple is in apathy, we have a real big problem on our hands, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because nobody cares at that point, right, Brianna?
I'm not even going to fight with you because I care so little. So you're not even yelling at each other. You don't even forget the dish because that's where you've gotten to.
Yes.
And that's the ultimate burnout, right? That's where you've had a complete shift inside of you that even fighting, even yelling, even saying, I can't stand you isn't worth it.
Yeah. I've been, once that happens, it's, when you're trying to exit a situation that's not good for you, that is the fucking best feeling on the planet because you finally had enough.
Absolutely. So apathy can be the best thing. He's right. If you're trying to, hey, I'm stuck in this cycle. I'm stuck in this toxic relationship. It feeds me. I know I shouldn't be in it. I know this isn't my person. Yeah, bring on the apathy. What a beautiful thing that you eventually reach that stage. Not only that, it allows you to leave. It allows you to recover. So yeah, it can be a great thing. But for the couples that want to stay together, contempt is sort of what precedes that. And contempt is what Cheryl is talking about, where they're killing that contempt by having that 20-minute or hour-long, whatever, weekly check-in. Because couples keep scorecards. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Couples keep scorecards, couples keep ledgers, right? And that's the dish, and the explosion is often about some sort of scorecard, right? And so when you're meeting and talking about what felt good, what didn't feel good, where you felt alone, blah, blah, blah. And this sounds like overly corporate, but it's really not. But that is killing contempt. But what it's also doing is just erasing these things from this scorecard and this ledger that can really get away from you.
I'll make some confessions. In my previous world, pre-Kilimanjaro, I never fought. We never fought. Divorced. Today, we will have conversations. We will have fights. We will have emotional situations that in the early days I was scared of because I didn't know how to do it. And I would fucking freak out, Johnny, Cheryl. I would panic. My insecurities would go through the roof. I had to learn how to feel what it was like going through those situations, Brianna, because it was the opposite of apathy. I'm like, holy fuck, I love this. I don't know how to do this. Like it was like I found my dream girl my entire life. And I went through a bunch of emotions. I had to learn how to fight, how to learn how to have this emotion, how to learn all of this, frankly. It's been an interesting personal journey for me because my previous one, there was none of that. None of it, frankly. Right. So the going back to super backtracking to the whole, bids and the studies and the cameras and the rooms. Yeah. Those that did not fight were no more indicative of staying together. So the absence of fighting is not what in the clinical world we consider necessarily an indicator of this relationship really surviving, having longevity, thriving. It's how you fight. And what happened this weekend was pretty cool too, because me and Lauren had a fight about something in the past. It was dishwasher stuff probably, and I changed some behavior. When it's funny because it came up again on Sunday, and but not through a negative disagreement side. She said this. I said, well, yeah, but I felt like this, so I stopped doing it. She goes, well, okay, well, now we're talking about it. We can change it. I was like, oh, it was really mature because I felt like a proud adult because it was like, hey, we're having a mature adult conversation and not having an argument about it because the last time we talked about it, it was an argument. And now we're actually in a neutral situation and conversing about it, and it was safe. John, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
But and I'm not saying that this is the end all be all, but it takes two people to argue.
Yeah, yes, it does.
You can choose not to engage.
Yes,
and control the how fast that temperature rises.
Yes. Yeah. But I think John, what Brianna would agree with is that because I believe we talked about this before. If I'm wanting you and I we're friends, relationship, and I'm not and I'm wanting to argue with you, and you're just dismissing me. That's probably not going to work either, right, Brianna? Like if I'm wanting to engage with John as his business,
you don't have to dismiss you, not to fight. I'm not saying dismiss. That's different.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So Brianna, how would you? I see you nodding there.
Yeah. It's a balance of it all, right? And what you're describing between you and Lauren, how you you avoided the fight entirely and you just had the conversation about the dish or whatever it was. Yeah. Practically, yes. Okay, this is a concept that I'll explain here. Okay, so she brings up something sharp, right, with an edge.
Yes.
Because she brought it up before gently and nothing happened, right? So women will learn, and men, but women often will learn, I have to come in hot to be heard at all. I already tried the softball. I already tried the gentle approach, and it doesn't work, right? But then he hears the tone, the heat, and then he shuts down. His shutting down confirms her exact belief that she's right. She has to escalate.
So complicated.
She has to escalate to get through. Like she's like, I knew it. Like I have to escalate to get. Imagine what she tells herself about. Like, imagine if I came in gentle. Imagine what would have happened.
But she's learned that though, correct?
Yes,
she's learned that. But if she didn't learn that through his poor response, the situation could have been. I mean, it's not that simple. But I try to remind myself that I have, and I don't mean control in a bad way. I have much more control of the situation than I was taught, so to speak. We're never really taught how this shit works. When I realized, I can make sure that this whole thing kind of ends up roughly where it should be through how I choose to behave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And that was the example we were talking about, with Keith and him, not to say the thing about we're adults, but he's recognizing what he means is that he's recognizing one of these 4 questions are probably at play. And so John, in that case, yes, you could control it. They're the charged party. you can actually dictate how this ends. Of course, we can't totally make up for another party, but for the most part, yeah, you've got a lot more control than people want to think that we do. But anyways, because I want to finish what I was saying. So the escalating, right? So she's escalated, whatever. He shuts down. She's like, okay, I knew it, and this is what how I have to show up to get any kind of. And then what does she do next time? She gets even bigger because he shut down when she came in hot, right? So it wasn't hot enough, right? And even sometimes if it's a fight back, that's what we're so desperate for, is just engagement, right? And
yeah, he cares because he's actually responding this time.
Right. And so this is all very unhealthy, but this is just the patterns that we all fall into, right? So, but both of them are responding technically completely rational to the other person's pattern. The shutdown makes sense. The escalation makes sense. So there's no villain. The system is the thing that's eating this marriage alive, right? So what Keith, this is where I'm going, what Keith was talking about, right? The one shift that actually predicts whether a couple makes it, though, is that two couples can have the identical fight, the dish fight, right? And in the one that survives is where, like, he doesn't unload the dishwasher when he said that he would. And she's thinking, which is what Keith was describing, she's thinking he's stressed, he's having a bad day. Terry gets really stressed when people are coming over. This is always when she kind of loses it for a little bit and feels like anxious. She just wants things to go really well, right? That's what you're thinking. He's having a bad day. He's been forgetful lately. I know he's got so much on his plate. Versus the marriage or the relationship that's dying is going, he's selfish. This is who he is.
Yeah.
She's so erratic. She's so erratic. But we could have the exact same behavior, the same dish, everything identical. But that internalization tells us a completely different story. And that is the difference. So when I talk about the iceberg, if you have all the shit underneath the water, right? Yes, you're going to fight about a dish because it's all of this. So you need to melt that around the 4 questions and whatever your relationship is facing as a whole. And then that would be where we just fight about the dish because it's just the dish.
Yeah.
Brianna Bass dropping nuggets. I love it. Dom from the comments says, how do you reset, Brianna, after these types of patterns are built over time? Or how do you ensure you remember that positive framing of the partner? I have a 2-part question from Dom.
Yeah, this is a hard one. So one, I think, this is so negative of me, but if a couple is really in this cycle, deeply seated, I think it's really hard to pull themselves out.
I would
it's
agree
really hard.
Does this start with the individual first? I mean,
yes.
I mean, if I'm in that position, I'm thinking, okay, only thing I can do is control what I can control, which is me. And if I control my controllables, it's going to upset this pattern, which then should start to move it in the proper direction if I'm behaving the way I should.
Self-awareness and emotional intelligence.
But then, John, I think both parties have to want that, to Brianna's point, because if both don't want that, it's not going to.
Well, the question was, how do you start to change? It's different. I mean, again, what are we answering?
Yes.
Yeah. So one, I just want to normalize how hard it is to pull yourselves out of this stuff. It really isn't easy. So therapy would be probably the path of the fastest outcome to fix that. Of course, I'm a little biased, but I do believe that. And then, if only one party is a participant in this, they can lead the way. They absolutely can have influence. Or Keith, let's say, could recondition Lauren over that dish, because usually he does fall into that cycle, but he learned about this. And then this time he doesn't. And he asked her, is this about something else? Would you be willing to tell me how you've been feeling this week towards me, or a time whenever, right? We want to answer the question underneath, not about the dish. So that would still lead the way. So I'm not saying necessarily one person participating ever is going to break this. It's not, but it could lead the way, because we just need to get some quick wins under our belt. So Keith is reconditioning her, like, because she'll probably de-escalate, maybe not the first time, but probably the second or third, where she's going, you're going to feel silly if your partner's reaching for you, bidding for you, showing up in this different way, and you're still level 8. No, that's gonna taper that, right? So that's part of the solution. So it feels like you're carrying all of this alone, or I wonder if you feel like you're carrying all of this alone and that I haven't been seeing it. Is that what's been happening? Imagine saying that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what's beautiful. It was legs day for me today in the gym. And I had some new pants that I put on here today. So I thought you guys might like me doing my squats this morning in the gym there, Brianna. But yeah, that was me doing my.
Looks like you need a bidet, brother.
and then I pulled a picture up from my Christmas. Did you guys have Christmas like this?
Yes.
Dude, that was Christmas at my. Brandy, I see you nodding. Johnny, I know Johnny because John's like, no, my family didn't have anything. So, Johnny, I'm teasing you, brother. But that was Christmas.
That was early life for sure. But
yeah,
then when my mom remarried, shit changed for sure. But I'm thinking to myself, they need to invest some of the present money, that fucking wallpaper. Jesus Christ.
I love how you pick out just everything.
Let's fuck, man.
You know, I think there's a show actually called Watching Television with John Anderson, just to observe what John's watching. Hey, Brianna,
it's like the guy that's got he's got a fucking Rolls Royce, and then he pulls it into a fucking a parking spot at his apartment.
Jesus, Murphy.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
Let's get the totem pole of importance, a little bit more under control here.
Yeah. Brianna, kid, the fact that you showed up says so much about your character. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. You are awesome. What a great conversation today. It's clearly one,
today, man.
Yeah, and it's clearly one that can go on forever, eh? Like, it is such a common theme, and Cheryl, I see you nodding, right? Because you're a little bit older than all of us. It never ends, does it, Cheryl? Like, seriously, it never ends.
No, it never ever ends. As long as we're human, this kind of conversation is always going to be important.
Yeah,
relationships and the dynamics between two people is complicated and beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, John, Brianna, Cheryl, before you guys go,
Hey, John, before you go, did you see this clip where someone plants a skyscraper-sized fake turd in a public toilet like it's a modern art exhibit?
The janitors walk in, freeze, and one goes, "That's a massive turd," like they just discovered Bigfoot with bad fiber. And it's standing straight up, proud, vertical, disrespectful, like the toilet's being punked by a demon with a sense of comedy. Dude, they start comparing it to Bigfoot, a homeless guy, anything but someone bought a poop prop and chose violence today.
The comments are wild too. Half laughing, half gagging, plus a whole section in Kinyarwanda like the algorithms touring East Africa.
Hey, John, you're the resident shitter guy, so tell us, what's your personal poop scale, and what happens when the scale hits category 5?
our resident poop
I gotta say, right out of the gate, I'll tell you, I'm much happier in that fucking goofy outfit now that my girl came up with the same outfit and we took off in that car together. I'm much happier with that.
You look good together. You look good.
Yeah, we were good, man. We were good. When she came walking out, I was like, okay, well, I feel much better, because when I showed up in that, I was like, Jesus Christ, what is that? But you made it all better for me, so thank you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, Brianna, you get some rest, kid. You going back to bed now? Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You're a trooper, Brianna. So much love for you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Great to see you, Brianna. Get some rest. Hope you feel better soon.
Awesome. Brianna's out of here. Brianna Bass every Tuesday. Go check her out on LinkedIn, guys. We got her LinkedIn profile rocking and rolling. Her Origins campaign is rolling, and we're all getting to know Brianna. She shows up with us every Tuesday. What a trooper, man. A lot of love for that.
Wow. Great conversation.
Yeah,
she's definitely, she sheds light on things that I think most people just don't get.
I agree. I learn something every Tuesday, and John, I always come back to this, man, because it's something, not to blow smoke up your ass, but I hang on this one, man. I'm not always perfect at it, Cheryl and John, but I work every day at reacting instead of responding.
Yeah. Responding versus reacting.
I'm sorry, responding versus reacting. Yes,
I knew what he meant. We knew what he meant.
But I'm serious, man, and I'm the first person to admit I don't always succeed at it, but I try.
So think like this. It really helps me, right? So when I see someone that's very reactive, I look at him and what a reactive little son of a bitch.
Yes,
right? It's almost like it's a lesser phylum of a human being.
Yeah. But
it's very easy for me to look at somebody that's doing something I don't like and not do it myself. So just think like that. Or do you want to be one of those people who fucking freaks out over something that's so stupid?
Yeah. Oh no. And I got to tell you, man, I've improved thousands of %, especially like in my relationship with Lauren. Like because I and I'm not trying to give you guys the impression that I was fucking off the horse all the time. No, but it's just that when my dad was a responder. I'm sorry, a reactor, right? And it was a habit I've had to relearn.
You know, the beautiful thing about it, brother,
it's
a blessing that he was a reactor, because then you got to see exactly what you don't want to be.
Bingo, Anderson. Yeah. But
I think it's easier to understand what you don't want.
I agree.
And then what you do want in many cases.
I agree. But this show and us talking about it, it's been a game changer for me, because I could tattoo it. It's I have such awareness about it. Like I have, and I don't always succeed at it, but I have so much awareness about it.
Nobody always succeeds at it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're present, right? You're at that self-awareness is.
Well, check this out. I just gave this fucking tip to one of my clients. We're working on his mental framework. And so the end of the call was, okay, what is it that of all the tasks that we've had you doing, because he's really developed, what is it that you're having the most trouble with? And he said, honestly, it's responding versus reacting. And I said, okay, well, is it with people that are in your life and you have no choice, or people that you can just walk away from? He said, they're in my life and I have no choice. I said, okay, perfect. Easy math. So when you go up to one of these people, you can kind of tell, you can tell almost immediately in their posture, their body language, the tone of their voice, that they're doing what they do. So you basically need a physical trigger to tip your mental position. Put your hands in your pockets, because when your hands in your pockets, you're not ready to fight. So he puts his hands in his pockets when he's around these people, and just right then and there, it diffuses that thing in his mind that makes him want to react. And he's like, sent me a text after 3 days after it was like, fucking unbelievable.
Wow.
Because it's like, you need a trigger to remind yourself, here it comes. So boom, like this is, I'm ready to fight. Hands in pockets. No, not going to fight.
Yeah.
I like that. In some ways, you're almost kind of showing apathy with that. Not in a bad way, but it's like, nah, all right, I'm just going to take it.
And it's real. You feel relaxed. Your hands in your pocket. You're chilling.
Yeah.
Unbothered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great conversation. All right. I'm keeping John over time. I got Ben waiting for John. I know we got a bunch of people waiting for Whitaker. Thanks for the conversation and the time today, guys. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, and I'll see you tomorrow.
100%. We'll see Cheryl Whitaker tomorrow. Johnny Anderson, lots of love, brother. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, love you guys.
Loop, my people.
All right. Johnny and Cheryl are out of here, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. So Jimmy, we're going to do something on the spot here that's going to kind of have some fun here before I do the morning focus. I'm going to actually call my daughter and wish her happy birthday right now. See if she answers. And we're going to do that right this second. Boop, 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 boop. Because I just need to do that. Hold on one second. Do some fun little thing here on the air here this morning. Yeah. So I don't know if they're driving yet or if she's still at home, but there she is. Happy birthday, my boo-boo. Brookie, I'm on the show right now, and I'm calling to wish you happy birthday live because I didn't get a chance to do it for you live this morning. So, hey, everybody, wish my girl a happy birthday this morning. She's now 10. Do you feel older today? Do you feel older? Yeah? Well, you look much older today, kid. So listen, I called to wish you a happy birthday, tell you that I love you. Sorry that I missed giving you a hug in person this morning. I love seeing your smile. You have an awesome, incredible day, and we will look forward to seeing you for dinner later. Okay, baby? Okay. Sound like a deal? Love you too, baby. We'll see you later, kiddo. Bye. Catch it, caught it. All right, there's Brookie Bear. She's out of here. And yes, siree, baby. That's awesome. Happy birthday to my girl, Brookie Bear. She's turning 10 today. Good times. All right, coming back, guys, in 50 some odd seconds. Hey, top of the hour. Sarah Barnes-Humphrey, Thoughts and Coffee. News and views and comments and commentary coming from the supply chain industry, dropping in 20 minutes with Sarah Barnes-Humphrey right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Hey, did you know I didn't get to it? I'm sorry, Jimmy. I really wanted to get to it. I really wanted to get into the conversation about penis fencing. I'm telling you guys, yes, penis. And no, Jimmy, not at the urinal. No, we're not talking about fencing at the urinal. I know Sullivan's thinking, well, yeah, I go to the urinal and I penis fence. Kai, come on, Kai. No, we're not talking fencing at the urinal, like penis fencing. Yeah, coming up on tomorrow's show. Did you know about penis fencing? But before we do that, I have Charlie. I got 58 seconds in less than a minute. I'm going to come back for something that we call the morning focus, which is a little bit of a monologue. And today's monologue is all about, you know what? Mornings, I got a point of view for you. We're not here to entertain you. Nope, not here to entertain. But I thought you're here to entertain us. No, I'm here to punch you. I'm talking about it in 60 seconds. Next on Mornings in the Lab.
We're not here to kill time. We're here to start the day like it matters. If it doesn't sharpen us, it's just noise.
Morning isn't entertainment, it's orientation. If we start soft, we spend the rest of the day catching up to ourselves.
We say we're just waking up. Most days, we're dodging the wait. We scroll so we don't have to choose.
That drift isn't harmless. It taxes our patience, our focus, our relationships. We feel it at noon, then call it stress.
Being seen is the baseline. Comfort alone doesn't change us. Sometimes we need a clean hit of truth to stop the negotiation.
Live matters because it has risk. Risk creates trust. We can feel the difference between a person present and a performance polished.
So here's the standard. We don't begin the day numb. We begin awake, accountable, and willing to hear what we've avoided.
Chief's monologue takes it from here. It's not a lecture. It's a wake-up call with teeth. Morning begins here.
Hey, we're giving Maya Rez some time off today, Jimmy. Maya, you got some time off today. Yes, we are going to the community corner. Not today. We're going to reset Maya because we're going to send you all to Sarah Barnes Humphrey show called Thoughts and Coffee coming up here in about 20 minutes on the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Jimmy, did you see that turd in the toilet? Dude, that turd was massive. You know, and then I know it was not real, but dude, could you imagine like the size of that fucking turd? Like, could you imagine the size of the human that the thing came out of? Like, it's actually the size of like somebody's body. Dude, like, did that come like out of the Big Show's ass or like Andre the Giant's ass? Like, the size of that turd was unbelievably, you know, and a show like ours that we talk about Anderson defecating so much, I just thought it was such an appropriate thing to put on the show here today. Yeah, true story. All right, listen, guys. Morning live, the kind of content we make. I got an opinion on this that it's going to maybe startle you all and maybe punch you in the gut. But you know what? Mornings, the kind of content we create, Maddie creates, Cheryl creates, that we create. Here's something for you. It should make you feel seen or punched, just viscerally felt, but not entertained. No, not entertained. You're like, what? But Billis, I thought that you were all about entertaining. And I know you're thinking this is kind of strange. Yeah, perhaps, but I mean it. I absolutely mean it. Because entertainment that you all think too small for what we are creating here. Yeah, entertainment is what you use to kill time. Mornings, the habit of the morning. What we do, what you do, what we do collectively is not time to kill. No, think about it, guys. Morning is the beginning of good habits. Morning is the beginning of the day. It actually is the frame. None of us are thinking this way, which is I was really excited to put this on the table here today. Morning is the frame. It's the first emotional weather system of the day. It's the first voice in your head, the first room, the first signal that comes to you. And if the morning media that you consume, that's over there, that's not on our show, does nothing but mildly entertain you, I got to think that the content is failing. Today, 2026, not enough anymore. No, not for adults, not for guys like you and I, not for the men and the women of the generation that we call X that are carrying all the real weight, and not for everybody waking up into pressure, uncertainty, responsibility, noise, and a world that is already trying to steal their attention before they even have had a cup of coffee. No, mornings, the live conversation that we have and that we're looking to build with you has to do more. It should make you feel seen. Like someone understands the actual weight of your day, the stress, the absurdity, the fatigue, the ambition, the fear, the reason you show up in the comments to hang out with us today. It should make you feel like you're not the only one trying to hold it together while the world pretends everyone is fine. No, that matters. But sometimes Sometimes feeling seen is not enough. Sometimes in the morning, like the morning content that you're consuming, well, here it goes like this. Maybe it should punch you. Like just punch you, not physically, and not with fake aggression, and not with, even with some alpha manosphere or misogynistic concepts. No, none of that. I mean, it should interrupt the drift. The drift. You know what I'm talking about. It should hit the part of you that has been negotiating with excuses every morning. No, the morning content you consume should say, wake up. Look at this. Stop hitting that snooze button. Stop pretending. Stop giving your best attention to the garbage across all of the feeds. I invite you to hang out with us here 2 hours. We do the work for you. We put the negative crap over there. We bring the fun to the table and we have some fun. Stop acting like the feed is harmless, guys. It is harmful. And stop calling your avoidance, I'm just being busy. No, there's no, listen, in today's world of AI agents and shortcuts to losing weight and never having to go to the gym, the fact that somebody's busy is baffling to me. Maybe just stop treating your life like something you're just going to eventually get around to. Oh, Jimmy, I'm just stuck on the couch. Really? No, the kind of punch that we like to offer up here in the morning, and I know what we create is not for everybody, but that kind of punch, it can be useful. Because adults do not always need comfort. You heard it with Brianna here today. Sometimes we need confrontation. Sometimes we need someone to say the thing that you have been avoiding. And you know what, Jimmy? We know what it is, Jim. We talk about it on the show every single morning. What is it? The snooze tracker. Yeah, I'm just going to avoid my day today and I'm going to hit the snooze button instead. And then, Jim, what happens? They wake up and 25 hours of their life has been gone, lost, because they're hitting the fucking snooze button. Think about that for a quick second. Like, honest to God, sometimes maybe you just need a room that does not let them hide inside the polite entertainment of yesterday's morning media. And that is what I think morning media has lost. Have you guys tuned it on lately? I hope not, because you've been tuning into me. But morning media today has gotten just too soft. Way too soft. Too corporate. Too, I gotta make everybody happy because I'll have to have the widest audience. It's too packaged. Maybe it's too woke. Yeah, I said it. Maybe it's just too woke. Oh, there's this conservative guy coming out now. Oh, he's just too woke. Fuck, come on, seriously. Or maybe it's just too afraid of making anyone uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to make somebody uncomfortable watching my ABC or CBS or NBC morning show. And you know what happens, guys? Look at the numbers. The results are boring. Not calm, boring. Because there's a difference. Calm, presence. Boring, no pulse. Maybe even apathy if it's boring. Mornings, the kind of morning content I want to wake up with, the kind of morning show that I want to make for you guys, the morning magazine that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends should have a fucking pulse. It should feel like anything could happen. A joke, a fight, a confession, a sharp take, a moment of clarity, a guest saying something absolutely unexpected, a host changing direction because, fuck man, the room shifted. Yeah, true story. Or just letting it fly. That is the power of live. That's the power of live, unpredictable morning conversation like we like to create here on Mornings in the Lab. It is alive because it can surprise you. And surprises wake people the fuck up. That is why edited content, sure, I get it. It cannot fully replace it. Yes, edited content has a place. It can be useful. It's beautiful. It's smart. It's packaged, but it does not carry the same risk that I put on the table and you put on the table hanging out with me every single day. Because hey Jimmy, what does risk do? What does risk do? We hear it all the time. Teams that play together, fight together, win together. Guys go to war together. They put themselves into life decisions, risk decisions. What does it do? What does risk do, nation? Oh, I'll tell you what it does. Oh, and you guys all just are missing the boat if you're sticking back recording your content. And this is the most obvious thing on the planet. The most obvious thing that everybody can't wrap their head around. What does risk create? creates motherfucking trust. That's what it creates. It creates trust together. Because when we are live collectively every single day, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock live on Mornings in the Lab, people like you, like me, can feel the difference between a person and a performance. You know that I'm actually here live with you. You can feel whether I'm hiding behind the notes or I'm actually leading a conversation. You know whether this is real or it's just a bunch of bullshit. And that is why I believe and we believe. And to those that are on this journey with me, I know you believe like I believe. Mornings wide open. Not because the morning needs another show. No, the world has enough shows. I believe it's missing something. It needs a better room. Rooms that help people begin the day with more honesty, energy, humor, clarity, and maybe, yeah, I'm going to say it. Oh, I'm going to fucking say it. You want what I'm going to say? And maybe some discomfort. Because discomfort is not the enemy. Discomfort creates curiosity. Numbness. Too many of you. Yeah, I just said it to you. Too many of you are waking up numb, scrolling the same feed, drinking the same Kool-Aid, not having your views challenged, reacting before you choose, letting the inbox define your day, letting the headlines set the mood, letting those strangers rent the space in your nervous system. Is that the way you want to fucking live? I don't. So I created the opposite. And Cheryl and Matt and John and the whole team has joined me. Mornings should not simply distract you from that. It should break you. It should help you rise to achieve the biggest fucking goals in your life. It should create a better entry point. A room that says to you, here, you matter here. We don't care what your skin color is, what your sex is, who you sleep with. You, Mr. Human, Mrs. Human, the generation that we call X, the boomers, you matter here. Here's what's ridiculous. Here is what we're going to let us talk about today. Because here's the thing you might need to hear, even if it stings. Because that, my friend, is not entertainment. That is framing. That is being clear over clever. That is a service. That is authority. And yes, it can be funny. It should be funny. And we do it here daily because humor is one of the best ways to tell the truth without making the room collapse. But guys, the point is not just the jokes. The point is being alive. The point is coming back. The point is helping people feel less alone and more awake. Yeah, I said it. Awake, not woke. That's the standard. Because if the morning you're waking up, it does not make you feel seen, sharpened, or challenged, then what the fuck are you doing? What are you listening to? Who are you tuning into? Where's your morning going? What, are you just filling space? Are you just creating noise? Are you just adding another layer of content to a world drowning in more content? No, fuck it. I know you can, we can. I think we can all do better. I think mornings should feel like walking into a room where people know the world's insane, but they refuse to let the day start with surrender. They don't hit the fucking snooze button. They show up with us, with you, the collective community that we call the Mornings in the Lab universe. So this is what I want. Not to create passive entertainment for you guys. No. I want to create a space, a wake-up call, a room, a ritual, some laughter. I want to introduce a ton of risk just to build a little bit of truth. And nation, every once in a while, you know how we started it. I'm not here to entertain you. Nope. Because every once in a while, you're going to thank me. You're going to be thankful. And you're going to be grateful for the punch that you receive for joining Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Boom, boom, boom. We are done today, nation. Yes, we are. Woo. Whew. I felt good giving that one today, Jimmy. I felt good today giving that one. Yes, I did. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it and delivering it. I love what we are collectively building here, and it only happens with all of us doing it together. It happens with all of us moving in the same direction collectively. True story. Yes. And I'm Sullivan. I'm with you, man. A live morning show creates trust, vulnerability, spontaneity. I appreciate you, brother, because you know what it is? It came up in a conversation that I had yesterday. You know, somebody said to me, what's the future missing? And I said, well, trust. You know what I love about it? We linked it back to risk. What we do, so sure, it's risky. We could fall, we can fuck up, we can make mistakes, but that risk builds trust with you, builds trust with all of us. It creates it ensures no apathy creeps in, because every single day we are walking towards trust. All right. Coming up tomorrow. Oh, I gotta get my outro. Gotta get my outro ready here. Here we go. Yes, this was the show. Guys, you know, we had a great conversation today with Brianna Bass. The fight is never about the dishwasher, guys. No, the fight is about whether you are still curious about the person you live with. The fight is about everything underneath the tip of the iceberg. Oh, yeah. So if you have not asked your wife a real question in 6 months, have you? You're not in a marriage. You're just in a logistics arrangement. Speaking of logistics, coming up in 5 minutes, the Logistics Super Show with our very own Sarah Barnes-Humphrey. So guys, if you haven't asked your wife a question this week, hey, sisters, if you haven't asked your man a question this week, do it. Fix it. Not someday, not this week, not next week, today. Just today. Have a conversation. Sit down. Be interested. Be curious. Coming up tomorrow, we're talking finance. We're talking a bunch of crazy shit happening in the world on the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. The financial identity crisis nobody talks about after 50. Oh, baby, we are. We're having it tomorrow. And of course, on Thursday, what faith actually looks like for men who stopped believing. And a bunch of guests coming up. And of course, on Friday, Dr. John Petrocelli is back in the chair for some no BS or BS. I'm the handsome chief. My name is Keith Billis on behalf of Kai, Jimmy, Melissa, Sullivan, Dwayne, Cheryl, Brianna, Charlie, I know Rico, Feld, Jim Hammer, and everybody else, Petro. Nation. We'll see you guys tomorrow.